Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Welcome back, welcome back. I'm your host. My name is John Megacycle. Another episode of Industry Giant 2 is kicking off. We are on the second episode of Food for the People. We need to take care of demand coverage of maize, potatoes, and a little bit of cash we're going to stash away all before the time limit. Now I'm going to speed up time just a bit here. I'm confident we are going to make our goals as required by the party. Do not see any problem with what we need. Should be pretty dialed in. I think we're aiming for 100% coverage of every single product that we require, the maize and the potatoes. So I'm pretty happy with that. If we're not 100%, we are darn close. We're overproducing on the maize. We're just producing enough on the potatoes, and things are looking pretty good. We've got a tidy budget as well. We were only supposed to put away $2 million. But we're going to put away way more than that. We're almost at $4 million right now, which is pretty dang sweet. Okay. I think this was one of the towns that we were going to be a little light on potatoes. 3 times the 12 months, that's going to be 36. And we're only producing 29, so we're going to be short 7 potatoes every year. I really want to sink the deal. I want to make sure that we've got this. So 24 there. I only need 36, so this can be wound. So that'll produce us 48. That's an extra 12 per year. Solid. We've got the cash. There's zero reason why we should not spend it. Like, absolutely dialed in. It's kind of weird with missions like this. Like, I feel really super duper comfortable where we're at. I think we really sealed the deal episode 1 of this mission, but I'm always worried that a curveball is going to get thrown at us, like economic troubles or something, or unstable market. I think you get the idea of what I'm going for here, but there's always something in my mind that it's like, could be bad, could be maybe worse, I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things I'm always a little cautious about. And the cost is negligible. Let's bump that up a bunch. Unless we had it at 2. I don't think we had it. Oh, we did have it at 2. Right, I had this all dialed in, and then I got nervous. Produced 2.5. That's okay. I wouldn't mind a little bit of excess. Producing for the party. Everyone should have food. There's not a single reason why someone should go hungry ever, 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 ever. Ever, ever. Amen. Okay, so how are we doing here? We're making cash, sitting on $6.5 million. The party is going to be very suspicious of my doings. Look at that, 42.38. Yeah, we've blown it out of the water 6 years early. That's awesome. That's gonna kick up the clock a lot. Now, don't forget, it hasn't hit 100% yet because we're trying to beat back the averages of the years that we didn't have it. So, yep, there's our 44 and 40. We've beat the mission. But I'm sure the game's not just going to let us have it, so we got to tick down the clock. If I thought this was going to be done when we met the objective, I would have just waited for episode 1. But I did want to talk about a few things about how I'm kind of playing the game. And after, 3 difficulty levels worth of campaign, I think you've gotten a good idea of how I operate. And limiting logistics cost is king. It wasn't so serious in the easy and medium difficulties, but now for this harder and now this extra campaign, we have to be really careful where every single dollar is going. If it costs more to bring a product from one part of the world to another part of the world, we might as well just make it locally, right? That's a lot of resources we have to kick in just to move some cheap product. Unless it's a high-end thing, then it makes perfect sense to do it. Again, everything locally grown if we can manage. And I'm going to say we totally managed. Oh yes, 50% on the maize, 4 times the amount of cash, absolutely. Now, I don't know how these campaigns are situated. I don't know if this is supposed to be New Game Plus, or just a little more difficult than easy, or stand by themselves, or what. This strikes me as an easier level. And after we just got done with the hard campaign, a little break is nice. I would like to sit down and get, I guess, 1 or 2 missions knocked out with ease. That makes me feel pretty good about it. Okay, how are we doing on potato sales? Oh, we have a bit of a gap. Oh, this got to 3. 24 is not going to cover it. Because 3 would be 36. So turn that down. That's 20. That's 20, 40. Hey, that beats our 36. Excellent. Let's take a little bit of a gander here. Make sure we're supplying. This jumped up to 3. Okay, no problem again. 16 should do just fine, assuming the other one's producing at least 20. 24, yep, that's 40. That does it, no problem. Okay, so a little bit of a spike in demand. 2 and 2, no problem. We just compensated this one, and the one to the north. This one should be well fed for many a day. Yep, meeting demands, no problem. Wait a minute. 3 is 36. We're producing at least 36, right? 24, 24, yeah. Okay, so that must have been right when I planted the farm. It was not, the seeds were not planted yet. And I'm sure this one's just going ape, right? 5 and 4, no problem. No problem at all. We're sitting on some pretty good stuff here. The demand for eggs is still pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. What other products can we get shipped over here? Fish, we're still doing 6s or whatever. 4.9. Since I don't need... I could do 2.4 right there. Since I'm pretty convinced right now I don't need any amount of shipping per se. I don't really care. I don't need to make room for it. That was the whole reason why I tried to block this off mentally, to make sure we had the room and the capacity. 1/8 of a million comes right out of this shop. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Peanuts. Can I just straight up sell peanuts, or do I have to turn into something else? Oh, roasted peanuts. Still good sales on that. That's not shabby. Let's see here. What else can we actually get out of this? Yeah, that city down below is going to be the cash cow, quite literally. But that's okay. I like to explore a little bit, see what else we have. Bread and baker's ware. I think both require just wheat, right? Wheat and milk, maybe? Wheat and wheat. Yeah, we can get a lot of extra product out of just some wheat farms. And I would use something like, I don't know, this, and mass transit it around. But the bigger thing is, again, I don't want to transport bread. That sounds stupid. It's expensive. That's an expensive way to transport just wheat. And another thing, considering logistics and transports and all of that, is an even more important thing is to ensure that when you're doing that, you're making sure that you're transporting the highest level product possible. Good examples when we were working on a few other missions. I think it was Red Islands or something. No, which one was it? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there were a few episodes that we had to cover like that, where we were just transporting raw wood, like cut wood. It made no sense. Like, if you're going to transport cut wood across the world, you've already defeated the purpose of it because of how much that costs. If you're going to transport cut wood, turn it into lumber, that's at least leveling it up, making the product more valuable. Then if you can, on top of that, make some of your finished product on site as much as you can. If you're going to distribute it, don't be a bigger pain in your butt, right? Because that's even worse. So here, like if I grow the wheat here, I don't want to take the wheat from here and move it over. I want to make the baker's ware and everything right here. That's smart. That's how you make it smart. We've only got 3 more years to tick down. We're sitting on a lot of money. We've done a very good job for the party. What are we doing on percentages here? 66 and 60 out of a possible 40 that we need. We are 8 times the amount of cash. That's awesome. How much are we doing on the yearly? Like 20 million would have been a challenge. This is kind of silly. We're doing 4.5 almost every year. We're beating our mission objective 2 times over every year. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is what I would call easy plus, because the last one, what was it? Bart County? I think you start with 3 million and you have to make 4 million. Same thing. You don't really transit anything. What was that? That was like 26 episodes ago or something. Wow. time flies, right? But yeah, that was similar in what we did here. Build a lot of not transportation unless we absolutely need it. I'm going to crank up the maze a little bit here. There, 6 is fine. Oh, boat in service. Whoop-de-doo. Actually, was that the first boat possible? I didn't even think about that. No, okay. We had the 3-mast steamer. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. If that was the first boat unlocked, then I could have never used boats to begin with. Would have been good to know. Do a little research in advance. Good job, Johnny boy. Thanks. Thank you, Jack. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. We did have other options, so I'm not worried. We weren't going to use them anyway, so... Oh, this should only be 1 for chicken. 1. Get out. Oh, I didn't save it yet. There we go. There we are. Okay. I don't really see... Unless there's going to be a massive demand spike, I think we've got this handled. Are we still in the 60s? We just broke the 70s. 71 on our maize consumption. That's awesome. If give me a few more years, that would hit 100%. I'm confident of that. Now, before in our other mission, I think that was Red Islands, where we had to also do food distribution, make a profit, that kind of a thing. That got to a real mess. I was not confident we were going to hit 40%, but this one just piece of cake. Now, yeah, I guess I don't have much else to say. We cleaned up quite a bit here. Sometimes I have like well, we should have done this differently, and had I known this, money would have blah blah blah. But nah, we got this dialed in. I got nothing else to say. It's weird. Yeah. I guess enjoy the music of Industry Giant 2, Gold Edition. New vehicle available. Fantastic. Fantastic. Kind of strikes me sometimes the way I talk is like almost like a Bob Ross sometimes. Like I want to think like with how calming this music is. Like I kind of revert into like a Bob Ross kind of mindset. It's like, hey, we're just gonna put this little grocery store right here. Right here. Provide the people with some potatoes and maize like they need it. Support the party. Oh, you built that warehouse 1 square too far. That's okay. That'll be our little secret. Let's not worry about that. And it still reaches our sawmills. We're gonna call that a happy accident. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, just off the rails. Just pick a thing. We're Bob Rossing the hell out of this. And our maize farms are looking good. Producing food for the party. That's great. That's good right there. Maybe another farm, maybe a little bit more expansion later on. We don't have to do that right now, but let's think that over. I don't do a good Bob Ross impression, but that's how my mind operates. And it is Silly Billy. Yeah, if we don't hit... I was just going to say, if we don't hit 75s, I'm going to be sad. But we hit 70s. We cleared 70s, 75, and 71. I'm really hoping we can get to 80% by the end of the year. Getting so close to that 80%. I'm getting greedy now. I'm just really hoping for it. There's really honestly not much more I could change to make it better. Like to get there any closer, but still. $76, $72. We're in June. I doubt we'll hit potatoes at 80, but we might hit maize at 80. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Boop. Holy crap, 14. Yeah, I want maize at 80%. Actually, it won't matter if I raise it or lower it, now that I'm thinking about it, because that's the same thing we were assuming before, is modifying that will help, but if I'm already meeting 100%, 100% is 100%. It's not going to change. 77, we'll get close, but that's okay. I don't get greedy with this game all too often. Sometimes I do, though. So, it's good to keep my mind in check, but we're about to win, no problem. 28 million. We should be getting darn close to 30 million if we can get there. That would be amazing. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. That's how much we absolutely rocked that cash requirement. That was awesome. Oh, and 78 and 74 is what we're looking at right now. Game is going to close out December. Boom. We annihilated it. There's no different word I'd want to use. We absolutely annihilated that goal total. That worked out amazingly. You've won your mission. The party and the people are happy with you. It's thanks to you that no one in our country has to live in need or go hungry. And presumably you will have managed to lessen your worries about your own future a little as well. For this accomplishment, we appoint you to the village representative. Oh, trust me. I loosened some notches on my belt. Trust me, we were at... You wanted me to make 2 mil? I made almost 15 times that. Very close. Yeah. Oh, my company value was 40 million. And I started with 3 million. That's pretty... Was it 3 or 4? Whatever. I didn't start with 40, but I ended up with 40. That worked out great. Whew. Alright. This one's a little bit of a short one, but I did want to take this time and, yeah, chat it up with you a bit. So, let's wrap it up, shall we? My name is John Megacycle. This has been another mission of Industry Giant 2. And yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you guys next time.